But yeah. Gentlemen, hope you are doing well. Anyone who's watching this, this is the main man, the myth, the legend himself, Sean. Sean is one of my absolute hero warrior clients. So Sean, how would you introduce yourself? So what are you into? How old are you? Sports you do, how would you describe yourself, buddy?
Be 37 years old. No, I'm mad into sports. I watch any sport.
Perfect. What do we particularly? We've got F1. We've got football. Obviously,
yeah, football, GA football, and hurling.
Oh, perfect.
That's the main things I'd be.
Awesome.
Trying to get involved in a football club, like as well. I have friends playing as well, so
nice. And
actually, we won intermediate final there 2 weeks ago. It was great excitement. It's the first time I ever got to the final, the first time winning this, and now we're playing there next year.
Right, that's epic. Anyone who's not sure as well, obviously Sean is Irish, heavily Irish, which I've got a few lads in Ireland, which is absolutely awesome, to be fair. Like, it's nice to have you guys dotted around the world and around the country. But on that, Sean, as well, sort of coming into that, what was the reality for you before you joined the program, 6 months ago, with your physical and mental health? What was the current routine, or the routine you used to be in, buddy?
It wasn't good, like.
Yeah.
I was doing the same thing over and over again, making mistakes. There's no real structure to it.
Yeah.
It's my training, like.
Yeah, I think that was a big thing for you, isn't it? Is that your training just didn't have any purpose or clarity, did it? There was no real structure to it, and that kind of led to you just were a bit lost with it, weren't you? Really?
Like, there was no fitness in there either. There's no.
Yeah, no, like, real clear direction. And when it came to kind of mentally, how did that then affect you? Your self-confidence, your self-esteem. What was the issues you found?
Kind of frustrated more. It was frustrating, like some frustration more than anything else.
Yeah, fair play. Because if you're not going anywhere, it's just frustrating to not be able to lift the weights you want, or gain the weight you want. And a lot of lads will find that, won't they, as well?
Yeah.
It's a huge reality, and that kind of has an effect on everything, Sean, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
And with that, buddy, like, obviously we had a bit of a conversation, we talked through it, and obviously in your good, strong Irish accent, which was absolutely brilliant. I remember that call. That was a fantastic day. And we went through that, and we really talked about everything that you've been struggling with over the last sort of 30 plus years. And we dive into it, really, didn't we? And then from there, we took action, and you joined the program. And what's it been like being part of the Warriors, buddy, and part of the community, especially the community? Because I know there's a lot of banter that you get back and forth.
Especially Formula One.
yeah, a lot of the Formula One stuff. We were just chatting about that before we came on now. But what's it like being inside the Warriors, Sean? What's it like for you?
Oh, it's great. Like, they're cool guys. Like,
yeah, awesome.
I do live a million miles away from all of them. Like,
but like you say, like, living in Ireland, obviously, you never.
I live on the other side of Ireland. Then that's the problem. I'm about 4.5 hour drive from Dublin. Then, so it's kind of far away from anything, like.
Yeah. I think there's
either you're stuck in Kerry or to the Donegal.
Yeah, I think there's 4 lads in Ireland now, isn't there? So I want to try and get you to meet up. To be fair, you've got Ryan and the rest of the lads as well, which is really
right. We're on, like, so that's part of the world.
And Emmett as well. Emmett, I think you were here when Emmett was here, weren't you? They're all Irish lads, but yeah, there's a few of you. But I want to get you guys to meet up. But on that, Sean, as well, like, you talked about before the program, you didn't have any purpose in your training, you didn't really have much confidence. What's it like now, having a proper structure and a plan for your workouts? How's that, like, benefit you, Sean?
I'm more a bit more fitter, like.
Yeah. Do you feel like you've got stronger?
I do sit-ups better than I used to.
Yeah.
You said that I never did sit-ups before, and then I get used to this.
I think a big thing for you as well is your deadlift, back squat, bench press has been really going up, hasn't it? Like, what's the reality been for those movements? How's that?
Faster than I was before you, so
yeah,
I was barely lifting anything, like.
I remember we talked about it, didn't we? And you
wasn't doing deadlift. I wasn't really doing deadlift, but everyone's saying it's probably one of the best exercises you can do, like.
Yeah. Versus now, you're obviously.
You're working everything, like. You're not just working back. You're working other parts of your body as well. That's what someone said. You're not working lower back or something. You're working other parts of your body as well. Not just back, like.
100%, mate. That's awesome. And having that structure and that routine and that really good training program that we obviously give you guys, and each individually what you do, and the education. How have you found the education, Sean? And obviously we've got Ollie in on Thursday. I've talked about it quite a lot, and the rest of the guys that we kind of bring in for you. How have you found that element of it, buddy?
Oh, it's good. Yeah, you love it, like. Like I was learning nutrition things like
yeah,
they're actually, and Isaac's very good. Like
yeah,
great,
yeah.
he's
Yeah, that's my coach. He obviously comes in time to time with different lectures, and the mental health stuff that I've delivered to you. How have you found that, Sean? That's been particularly good for yourself, I believe, with the confidence. And how have you found that, buddy?
oh, it's good. Find like, mental health is good. Like
How do you find the understanding of it helps you in your life? Like, how does that education help your life, buddy?
it was on a low base there a few years ago. No,
Yeah.
way better than it was. Like
Yeah, because obviously, we won't talk about it, but there's a lot of stuff that went through on. And I think when you were quite low versus now, obviously, you're in a much more confident position. And, what does life sort of look like for you now that you've been part of this for 6 months and you're moving forward into the new year? And what does life look like for Sean now? What are the positives that you've really got hold of at the minute?
I got back into football more than I used to.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, it's like your friends are playing football.
Yeah.
And you want like.
Do you think that's from sort of the increased fitness and the increased confidence to speak to people again? Do you think that's been a big thing?
Yeah, fitness. Yeah.
If there's any guys, Sean, that are kind of looking at this program and they're a little bit low in confidence and they're considering it, what would you sort of say to them about the journey you've been through? Would you recommend them joining, buddy?
I would, yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Even if they are,
I
especially
don't know anyone who wants to join. The lab are doing their own thing, like.
Especially if they like Formula One. If they like Formula One, you'll get on with them. So I'll be all right. I'll be all right. But what do you sort of think about? Has the program been able to help you go from a really negative position into a positive position? And do you feel like that's been able to, to be brutally honest, Sean, do you feel like it's been able to change your life?
Oh yeah. Confidence way up, like they used to be.
Man, that's awesome. It's been pretty epic to see.
Frustrated as much, like.
Yeah, 100%, man. Like you say, when you're not frustrated, you're not lost. You've got clear structure. You've got the right people, the right community. It's been awesome to see your journey and you grow from where you were before, and obviously where you're going is really massive. Mate, that's awesome. And any last words you'd want to say to any guys who are considering joining, especially if they're like Formula One, and obviously maybe even if they're from Ireland? Is there anything you'd want to say to the guys who are looking at joining, having experienced it, but been in the program for sort of 6 months yourself? Oh, apologies, buddy. Your mic went there, I think.
It's the best program probably possible to do. For if you want structure in training and fitness, it's the best thing to do. Like.
Oh, mate. That's awesome. Perfect. Cheers for that, Sean. That's actually been fantastic. I think we might start to go, but mate, that's brilliant. And as I say, like I always say, if any of the lads want to message you, message me, or they feel like they want to do the same and take themselves from a negative position to a positive. And I know obviously you've only been in 6 months and we're continuing to grow that confidence through the roof, which has been really, really cool. And there's been a lot of highlights and wins. But yeah, perfect, dude. I'm going to stop the recording there. That was absolutely awesome. Cheers for that, Sean. You've smashed it, dude. I'm looking forward to continue watching you grow.